Welcome back to the Back in Time podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Autry, joined as always by my co-host, JD, and joined for the first time by our new co-host, Jeff. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hello, everyone. Oh, happy to be here live and in person.
Hell yeah, man. So this is Kyle's wake-up call to realize that he needs to update the intro video.
Yeah, I did miss my name in the intro video, but that's okay. It starts with the J, so
We're
you're
close.
already halfway there. Yeah,
we got one of the letters in there. I will have to do some updating on the intros and on our social media accounts and all that good stuff. So got a little bit of work ahead of us there, man. But Jeff, how you feeling, man? We're a week into this thing. Men in Black's out.
Excited for that.
Out. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, that's my comeback episode as I have returned to the Back in Time podcast. Excited to be now part of the team officially. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, dude. Excited to have a third chair pulled up to the old proverbial table here. And I think this is going to be a huge lift to the show. I don't think it's any surprise to any of the listeners. We've kind of been up and down the last year or so, just with a lot of, personal stuff. And then, having done the show as long as we have now, there's obviously the whole burnout factor starts to come into play. Not that we don't have a great time, but it's like, how do you come up with fresh ideas? How do you get new voices in here? So I think, adding a third person in, we'll put a little pep in the step here. And, I think this will be good for us.
Absolutely. I'm like I said, I'm excited to be here. I don't plan on being the cousin Oliver of the group, but I do plan on bringing some fresh ideas. I always kind of kid. I feel like I'm a walking IMDb. So movies are a big passion of mine. So I've seen a lot of them, and some of them I wish I haven't seen.
And JD, in the words of one Vincent Kennedy McMahon, "You're fired."
So guys, it's been a great run.
Oh.
I appreciate it all. Dave and I we have our own offshoot podcast already planned.
Well, Dave's Pop Culture JD podcast.
Oh, it's called the Pop Whiskey podcast.
Anytime alcohol is involved, ratings go up.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That hasn't worked for us, but I mean, it's a good notion. I mean, JD's been drinking since day one from my count.
And This isn't water. This is a little
fairy juice.
Yeah, kids, that's not a Coca-Cola in that glass. I can tell you that.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin. Good stuff. Well, Jeff, I know that there's a little bit of news coming out of Hollywood. A project's been canceled. We were talking about this a little bit before we went live. Lay that on us. Let's jab back and forth on this one a little bit.
Yeah, apparently Warner Brothers has decided to not release the new Batgirl movie, and it is done. It's in the can, as they say in the business.
That's insane. Like, I mean, obviously, I knew this movie was in production, and to know that like it's actually like filmed and they're just like, not only is this not going to theaters and this is not going to the app, we're just done with it. Like, footage is not going to be seen by anybody. Very weird.
I'm almost kind of like, willing to wait and see if they're going to have like a black market viewing of this and see if we can, look out there on the dark web and find a bootleg copy of executives screening it, and there's a secretary in the corner filming it as they watch it.
What's your take on this, JD?
So it's interesting enough. I don't follow the DCEU very closely, so I could give two shits that it got pulled because it was never going to be watched by me anyways. I was reading an article that was talking about some mergers that are going on with HBO Max and Discovery Plus, and it seems like maybe for now that it won't see the light of day, but if some of these mergers go on between Warner Brothers and some other streaming platforms, that maybe it will come out somewhere else eventually. If you look back in the past, what they did with New Mutants, they weren't going to release that for a while. Then they were going to release it. Then they what I haven't even seen it, and
They shouldn't have released it.
So I mean, so there's a whole lot of possibilities between what can happen and where they're 70 to 110 million dollars, as you quoted earlier, Jeff. Like they just shove that up their ass and call it a day. Like maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, part of me just thinks that maybe they're just giving a hoot about the DCEU and the future of it, because yes, compared to Marvel, it's night and day. They can't even hold a candlestick to the type of quality movies that they've produced, and even the upcoming ones. I mean, they're almost kind of cash grabs a little bit with Shazam 2 and Black Adam. I mean, the Rock as a superhero, as exciting as I want to see it, it just, to me, those just look like cash and goes. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the old jabroni beaten, eyebrow raising. Yeah, The Rock, man, laying the smackdown.
Yeah, and he's produced a couple good movies. So I mean,
I like The Rock.
I'm surprised it's taken this long for an actual superhero movie for him to be in.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the number of Black superheroes out there is probably one of the main reasons one. There hasn't one probably been earlier, but yeah.
Here's the only thing that I'm upset about with Batgirl. I know we're gonna get it in the Flash, but Michael Keaton was supposed to be back as Bruce Wayne and Batgirl. That upsets me a little bit that we're not going to see that.
But he will be in the Flash movie, though.
He's in the Flash. I get that. But I would like to know
just more
how much he was in Batgirl, how much he was involved. Was it a cameo? Was it a huge role? Like, I need to know the particulars surrounding his involvement before I decide how upset I am.
Okay,
this
fair
is
enough.
not coming out.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like I got him on. I'll call him right now.
I'll tell you what. You can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a bull's ass, but rather take the butcher's word for it.
Hey, you finally got that right.
Wait, so am I the butcher or the bull here?
I got the horns.
There we go.
So I think that's interesting. Obviously something to kind of keep an eye on as this merger takes place. JD, maybe this was offline. I might be speaking out of turn here. Did we have a conversation with one Bud Brutzman about this possible merger at some point? I feel like we had some background knowledge into this.
Bud shined some lights on to some dark corners for us as always.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him again, but
we may have been off mic for that conversation though. I don't know how much we talked to him off mic. I don't think we did. I think he was like, "Hey, thanks, guys."
No, the first time the first time he definitely hit it and forgot it. Whatever. The second time we had a decent conversation with him afterwards because we were talking about some like reality TV logistics and stuff like that.
That might have been when he was like, "Yeah, there might be a merger. Obviously, don't repeat this." And now we're repeating it. Oh boy,
you're repeating it. I didn't.
What's going to kill us? Anyway, this is Justin DeSandro signing off. Switch my name on my StreamYard.
So wait, no. So I'm signing off. So you're staying on. So you're the one that's going to get the.
Oh shoot!
Oh,
he might have mob ties though. He scares me. He also bullied you into a haircut. True or false?
Medium true.
Okay. Yeah, Jeff, for reference, he came on. So this guy is big. He's a big producer. Like he's done several shows on Discovery. Okay. He spent an hour ripping on JD and his looks. He had a giant beard. Next show we hit play record on the next show. JD clean shaven haircut.
Wow.
I kid you
Wow,
not.
to have that kind of ties. I mean, you know,
Just listening to the story that he told about when he was on that bail bond show, and he was like, "Oh, they gave me a shotgun and pushed me through the front door of the apartment and said, go for it." I'm like, it's like at that moment, there's two people that I will not mess with. One is Big Ben, and now the other is Bud Brutzman.
Right. Big Ben gets angry. I leave the country.
Oof, we can't wait for Jeff. You'll enjoy all these cast of characters that we've built up over the years. So
I can't wait. Yeah,
Angry
speaking of
Dad.
years, a little birdie told me you guys have been on for 5 years now.
That is true. That is true. We are. I should actually find the date. We may actually be, by the time this episode airs, this may be our 5-year anniversary show.
Wow, that's impressive.
So let me look up the date. But I mean, JD, feel free to chime in and buy me a couple minutes as I try and verify the first date here. But I'm going to
cut you. I'm going to cut you off, as I always do.
Off.
I'm just going to go ahead and shut you up, because shut your mouth.
Okay.
This is a big date because Kyle can't last 5 seconds, let alone 5 years. Too much.
I was going to say, have you been talking to his wife?
Well,
hey, hold on.
Too soon?
Damn it.
Well, it was my first show and last show, folks. It's been fun.
There we go. Fucking love it. But yeah, no. So audience, if you're new, if you're old, if you're joining us for the first time or for the 267th time, whatever we're on,
You're close.
I'm a good guesser.
This is 259, just to be exact. No big deal.
Hey, love it. This podcast was concocted by Kyle, who texted me randomly one day and was like, "JD, let's do a podcast about movies from our childhood." And I immediately, I didn't even hesitate. I think I was just like, yes, the answer is yes, we're doing this. It's happening.
You said first, the hell's a podcast? And then you said, yes, I'm in. Let's do it. What's a podcast?
5 years ago, podcasts were kind of like, what are they? I mean, people just talking, people are going to listen, and now it seems like, they're making series about podcasts now. So who knows? Another 5 years, there could be back in time podcast series.
You never know. I do have an official date. Now we can make this our next episode, which would be 260. It's Friday, August 12th. That was our very first podcast date.
All right.
So this episode comes out second week of August. So yeah, second episode of the month, anniversary show. That could be our first show of the month. That's what we're here to discuss. What do you think?
I mean, are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, I'm not thinking about pooping my pants.
Oh, okay. I've got too many. I've been watching too much wrestling, so I immediately start thinking of the Mick Foley character. He's like, I think you're thinking. I know what you think I'm thinking, and then they introduced Cactus Jack. It was Dude Love and Mankind. No,
no, I remember, okay. And I'm going to go ahead and quote you back with a indeed.
Nice. Okay, I think we have one episode in the can. Now,
what is this one episode? What is this one magic? I seriously
anniversary.
What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? That means jack shit. Hello, Fallon. Welcome to the episode. Yeah, my dog is in the room.
One episode for the month of August. That'll be our first one. After, of course, the preview episode, which we're on now.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Are you confused by what the hell Kyle's talking about as well, or am I the only one?
Are we not making a list of episodes for the month? That's what we do on this episode.
You just said an anniversary episode. What the hell does that mean?
Surprise guests, past episodes, guests.
Okay.
Standard episode. I actually, I think what do you get after 5 years? Wood. Or metal. I don't know. I don't remember that whole shenanigans, but. I don't know. 5 years. It's got to be something special.
Yeah.
Special.
We had talked about buying each other gifts and opening them on air, but I think we've run out of time to do that.
No, I got your gift for you, Kyle. It's right here.
Up. Dang it.
Ooh, wow. Does it come in gold too?
Every time.
Get you good.
You son of a gun.
Okay, so just kind of like a 5-year roundup.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Will we have some people pop in and out of the episode? I'm going to work on it. I like to surprise you.
Hey man, you give me the goose.
Okay.
He's the goose to your Maverick.
Speaking of just really quick, I just wanted to side quest.
Okay.
Listen to Side Quest podcast every Friday.
It does. It's ending. What? Go ahead.
Can we just commentate really quickly on the news about the Roadhouse remake that's in the works?
We have to
Chris Clues is none too happy about.
Real quick, shameless plug.
Roadhouse. Oh my goodness.
Our good buddy Chris Clues has a book coming out. I actually just helped him work on an image for the book that he's going to put out on social media. But you can actually pre-order the book and save 25% off right now. So if you go over to his social medias, 80s pop culture, you should be able to find that image and a link directly to the Amazon. We are going to have him on, maybe not this month, but as soon as the book comes out, he is going to send us over a sample chapter. We're going to read it. We're going to discuss the book, and we're going to have him back on to help him promote the book. But he requested on this episode, because I just talked to him an hour ago, he goes, you guys have to talk about Roadhouse. He's very fired up about this and feels very strongly that we should not be touching anything Patrick Swayze, and we sure in the hell should not be casting Conor McGregor from the UFC in that sequel. I don't like it. It's brutal. I love Conor McGregor as a fighter. You can't put him in this movie. You got to stop remaking these, Hollywood. It's stupid.
As fragile as he showed last time in the ring, how could it even be?
His leg just exploded.
Wow.
Roadhouse. I mean, hello, you use your feet,
Yes.
But besides that, I mean, yes, exactly. It's just, what are they going to make next? Over the top? I mean, yeah, they need to stop making remakes. Yes, they hit a home run with Top Gun, but that's because they took their time. The pandemic certainly helped. I'm not gonna lie, but if that was probably came out 2 years earlier, that movie's probably not half as good as it was. But yeah, I mean, it failed miserably with the Karate Kid. Cobra Kai obviously is completely different than the remake of the Karate Kid.
I love Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the blueprint. But like it's a TV show. It's long form storytelling. I think if you're gonna do a remake, you got to do it like a Top Gun Maverick, which really is the Karate Kid Cobra Kai format, where it's heavily involved Tom Cruise. He's still the star. He's a huge part of the storyline. And then you gently introduce new characters that you can fall in love with, but they've got to interact with the main guy that you care about.
Correct. They're just going to say, hi, here's your paycheck. Okay, have a good day. Thanks for sharing the business.
If it's just Rooster, we shit all over the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now, if Maverick's not in that movie and it's a movie about Rooster, we go, this is the worst movie we've ever seen in our entire life.
Yes, absolutely.
It's called Independence Day 2.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's right. That's right. That's a great one. Unfortunately, the same thing happened with, Dumb and Dumber 2 again, or 3. No, 2. Well,
they just waited too long on that one.
Exactly. Same thing with Super Troopers 2. Again, just waited too long.
Yeah, we talked about that in our archives for sure. We hit some Super Troopers 2 action, and I was just actually talking about this with someone the other day. Where is Broken Lizard?
I think I think they're just broken up too much. I mean, Jay is off directing various stuff.
Mm-hmm. Kevin and Steve have Tacoma, which is a pretty good show.
Yeah. I think they just kind of have their own lives. I mean, they set out what they wanted to do: break into Hollywood, make a name for themselves. Oh, you guys are good. I mean, that salmon movie was not that terrible.
Not bad.
The second one, the Caribbean one,
Club Dread.
Club
yes,
Dread.
I love
Fucking
Club Dread.
Love Club Dread.
It's weird. It's a weird. It's not for
Maybe-
everybody.
All right, maybe it's worth the second watch then again.
Yeah.
Because I only watched it once.
I feel like it's a spoof of like I Know What You Did Last Summer almost.
Okay. See, and I didn't go into that. I walked in seeing the same character, expecting the same characters with the Super Trooper humor, and which I got in Beer Fest.
Beer Fest, I love,
but didn't get in Club Dread.
Yeah,
I get.
But,
I totally get what you're saying because I know Club Dread's not for everybody. Beer Fest has Will Forte brings a whole new level of flavor. What this is, Grandpapa? I can't do the lip wiggle, but maybe one of you two can.
Yeah. Should they not have done Weed Fest though? I feel like that would have been the proper.
No. I think it's a great running joke. Just like we're all still waiting for History of the World Part 2.
Yeah.
And the musical Jews in Space.
Well, there we go.
Oh, whoops.
I just call it Spaceballs.
Okay, so I think that was a good side quest, JD. I like where you're at. Now I will say I do want to bring in a top 5 episode for this month. Now, do we need to pick the movie of the month before we come up with a top 5? Because do we want to surround that with the movie of the month? How do we want to do that?
I'm curious to hear what let's reverse engineer it. Let's hear it top 5 first, and maybe we build a movie of the month in around what your top 5 favorite erections are.
Ooh, what? Now here's an idea, and I feel bad if we do this and we don't include Chris. I feel like we could get him on the episode, but he had recommended. He goes, "How about an episode where you talk about the top 5 '80s movies that you feel like didn't get the love they deserved that should get a remake today?"
Oof.
Oh, wow.
Deserve a remake. And he had mentioned 3 O'Clock High. And I was like, I like that if you said it in the 80s. Don't put it in 2022 because kids are too soft these days. Buddy Revell would be like, he's a real jerk and we don't like him, so we expelled him immediately.
You know you're going to get me and Chris head-to-head and talking about Buddy versus Packard Walsh in The Wraith.
Right.
It would be the third showdown of that conversation. But I don't want The Wraith to be remade. I think The Wraith is a perfect movie with Clint Howard, Charlie Sheen, Uncle Eddie's in it. And I'm obviously stupid for blanking on his name, so kill me.
Oh, Randy Quaid.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so I really like that idea for an episode. I think that could be really fun. And there's a ton of movies. There's a ton of movies that were like medium to low on the box office returns that were like they turned in like cult films or cult classics.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, we could go a lot of ways with that. Monster Squad.
Damn it, I was just going to say
that.
Do you want
to
that?
touch that one? I don't know.
But they couldn't even say, as good as it was, they couldn't even say the actual monsters' names because of Universal. Yeah. That was probably the best parts.
Yeah,
Wolfman's
now you go back, you get Universal's permission.
Yeah,
you put it up on Netflix. You make it into a 10-episode series. Maybe you bring in somebody like the Duffer Brothers, and you make that thing a legitimate TV show that's like a love letter to 80s horror movies that had like those like teen coming of age groups, like the Goonies and Monster Squad and Lost Boys and movies like that.
Hulu actually just did something on the Monster Squad or something to that nature. There's a new series called The Monster Squad on Hulu, which I just saw pop up today. I didn't really. It caught my eye just because of the name, but I'm not exactly sure.
That would blow my mind if that happened.
Because there was the documentaries out there.
Yeah, Wolfman's Got Nards. I watched that. That's fantastic. That actually teared me up a little bit because they talked a lot about Fat Kid in there. and they interviewed his parents, and they talked about how much he would love how well the movie's like done over the years, and he never got to see any of the success. He died way before it became popular.
Oh man.
Yeah, so he was kind of like the director of the Wizard of Oz, who passed before Wizard of Oz ever became a success. I mean, not at that level. Holy crap! Never compare those two again. I'll say that to myself.
Yeah, no, I'll echo the same thing with the movie from 2002, Biker Boys. I don't think that movie's hit the level of success it needs to yet with Eric LaSalle and Kid Rock, but no big deal.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's an idea. Okay, so we reverse engineering the thing. We at least have one top 5 episode. Now let's talk about a movie. So what we like to do on these, Jeff, is we'll actually like kind of go into Box Office Mojo, and we'll look to see like, is there a movie that maybe has an anniversary coming up, celebrating 15, 20, 25, 30 years, and just see like kind of what was going on at this time. So I will actually share my screen here, and we can take a look here. So Chrome tab, Box Office Mojo. There we go. Pornhub. Oop, wrong one. Nope. Okay, there we go. Sorry, Mom. Now, I'm gonna go to. Let's start at the 30 year.
We have to watch Kyle try to navigate the internet.
90.
You want to see an old man falling off a lawn chair? Here we go.
What is the intranet anyway? This thing here, the stay. Let's take a look at August. Okay, Unforgiven. That might be a little depressing.
Yeah,
we don't want that. Single white female. That doesn't sound like our audience. Honeymoon in Vegas.
Honey, is that Honey, I Blew Up the Kid? Oh, that's the third one. Yeah.
We have not.
We've not touched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids yet. That's a discussion.
Oh, Passenger 57. Always bet on black.
There we go.
I like Passenger 57. We've discussed that one.
We've discussed discussing it.
Right. Oh, the original Candyman.
Yeah.
That seems more like a October.
We did cover that one. That's in our archives.
Okay.
We covered Candyman.
I was gonna say, I remember.
I said it twice. Easy now.
What'd you say twice?
Candyman.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
The lights.
Oh,
if my power went out right now.
Oh, the toys. The Robin Williams. Oof.
Yeah.
That one gives me nightmares.
The Babe, a little John Goodman action. Okay, it is baseball season, but I'm not liking that one.
Can play class act.
Ooh, that's a contender.
Okay, all right. I think there's a couple in 92. Let's
wait. Did I see Gladiator?
Which Gladiator?
At 100 or 104?
Glengarry, Glen Ross?
No, number 104. Is that Gladiator? Oh, different Gladiator. Never mind. I didn't think it was. Yeah.
Let's go.
Sure.
Let's go 90.
Well,
let's go
then again, the movie that would won for an Oscar would probably be higher for 92.
Right. I believe 97 is 25 years. I mean, I know we just talked about this with Men in Black, but god dang.
Air Force Ones. Nope. The answer is nope to number 7. We are not doing number 7.
Come on, man. Okay, here's a serious one. I'm dead serious about this one. We've talked about this several times. Face Off.
Fucking love Face Off.
I love Face Off. Face Off's good.
Face Off's a nice.
But also, could you imagine the poster that we could put together for that thing for social media? My face on JD's body, JD's face on my body.
Well, okay, slow down, because we're missing a lot of really good ones. Dante's Peak, Anaconda, The Fifth Element,
Saints.
Michael, The Saint, yes, Kiss the Girls, okay, it's done. Jungle to Jungle, guys. It's been a great episode. Momisikwe coming up soon.
Starship Troopers. We guessed it on Terrible Terror. If you want to hear that one,
Oh,
check that out.
That was like 3.5 hours long of an episode.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
That I had to get up and pee multiple times.
Yeah, we had to pee. We love you, Brian, but we had to pee a lot.
well,
Look at
Howard
that, Speed
Stern,
Tube.
Private Parts.
Vegas Vacation, little Chevy Chase action.
All right.
97 was a strong year, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Beans?
97 was a huge. It's huge.
Beverly Hills Ninja, little Chris Farley. We
I've
haven't covered
recently
any
watched
Farley.
that.
Does it hold up?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay. True story. This has been told in his documentary by several people. He cried at the premiere because he thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good Burger. We keep circling Good Burger like a toilet bowl. Like we haven't done it, but we just keep talking about it.
Well,
Okay, nice.
Booty Call. That might not be our audience either.
Jackie
for
Brown.
richer or poorer. Oh, Jackie
Okay.
Brown is recently rewatched that. That actually does hold up.
Yeah.
How to Be a Player with Bill Bellamy.
I love Chasing Amy, but that's kind of a snooze fest for a podcast,
Well,
I think.
Your face is a snooze.
We'll leave that one to Kevin Smith to cover. He'll
Yeah.
cover it on his own podcast. Welcome
Mr.
to
B.
the Space
Oh, Miss
Jam.
Brown.
We're in R. Kelly's case. Welcome to the jail cell.
Oh, Space Jam.
He's gonna come and he's gonna put his foot right up your ass if you
Can
do
we-
it.
Like a
Is R. Kelly still okay to listen to or no?
I think you can enjoy the music and hate the man.
Okay.
That's how I
Alright.
feel about Michael Jackson. If like comes on, I go,
All right.
"God, man can
Alright.
sing, but
And
not taking my kids to his house. You know what I mean?
and yeah, I
Oops.
think we'll forget
Oops.
about Ghost Dad. So yeah,
Don't
that's okay.
say oops.
You're the one that started it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Triple X.
Okay. Here's 20-year anniversary. Men in Black 2. Do we just follow right up with the next one?
No, I think we
could.
we covered
Um,
enough in Men in Black.
Yeah. Is it too early for horror? Do we hit the Ring? We got October right around the corner.
I want to
JD,
say
one of your favorites, Sweet Home Alabama,
Sweet
Reese
Home
Witherspoon?
Alabama, Mr. Babes.
8 Mile.
I
Mom's
recently
Spaghetti?
watched that for the first time.
I like 8 Mile actually. Cheddar Bob.
You would.
The Rookie. That's an underrated movie. True story too. I actually have that guy's
Yeah.
rookie card.
Huh.
It's worth 72 cents.
Ooh, Catch Me If You Can was good.
That's a
Yes.
fantastic freaking movie.
Yes. Okay. So I'm formulating an idea.
Okay.
What if we throw this to the wolves? We throw
Okay.
it to our audience. We pick one movie from 92, 97, 22, and then either math
27,
eludes
07?
me, or 07.
Okay.
We pick
let me-
one winner from each, and we say, audience, where do you want us to be? Okay, Kyle's getting a calculator, apparently.
I need.
I think some paper.
I need something to write it down. Yeah. 1 second.
Even though he's on a computer, it can just bring up Word. But
And you
Yeah.
know his phone is just right. I can call him right now and be like, Kyle, why can't you understand technology?
97. Carry the 2.
Carrie in our archives.
ooh, all right.
Carry archives. Okay. So which one from 97 are we going with? Are we in agreement on anything there?
I think Face Off, right?
I'm good
I
with
like-
Face Off.
7.
I
Okay.
like this.
Let's do 02 while we're on this page. I can go back to 92.
Okay.
Scooby Doo, obviously, we're all in agreement for.
Little Spidey action.
it's the original. Oh, Spider-Man. Oh wow, it's the
Yeah.
original one.
Toby.
Oh, between that one and Scooby Doo and the Bourne Identity, it's kind of hard.
Okay. I don't mind Scooby Doo if one of us can do a decent impression of any of these guys.
Cheesecake.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Jinkies. Oh, I'm Velma.
Like, whoa, Scoob.
like zoinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
I think, but to
Put
cut
it
the
on the
difference,
board.
okay. So let's trim it down from Scooby Doo, Triple X, and was Catch Me If You Can was part of this, right?
It's such a long movie, though. God
Yeah,
damn, it's
I
like
Do you
know.
3 hours long.
Yeah,
remember
you know what?
That's like Titanic.
Which isn't happening.
No,
You know, since they just came out with Scoob and
hold on.
all right,
Here's an idea, real quick.
all right.
There is a new Halloween movie coming out very soon. Halloween Resurrection's on here, and we haven't covered the Halloween movie yet. Actually, we gotta go in order. Actually, we're gonna get to this, Jeff. We have to do it at some point. We
Okay,
are
all right,
actually
okay.
on. Which one are we on, JD? We've done.
Shit,
I think
if
we just.
remember.
I think we just did the Return of Michael Myers. I think we're on 6.
Six.
Kyle, you're
Okay.
the reason why I drink.
I know.
All right. Well,
Okay.
you know what? To be honest, I mean, I think you have to go with. I mean, as much as I love to go with Scooby Doo, you know, Spider Man was just the game changer
Okay.
for
Let's do it. Let's throw it on there.
you know
Lady.
for all there. You know, I mean, you know, I hate to say the comic book movie, but I mean that's the one that started the whole, you know, genre of semi good Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in my best Biff Tannen. Well, will you looky here? Spider-Man 3 at the top of the box office for 07. Jeez. Spider-Man cleaning up every 5 years. We got Shrek. We've got Transformers.
300.
I'm not a 300 fan. It's
Okay.
for whatever reason, that is
All
not
right.
my genre.
Yeah, no. Ooh, super bad's not bad.
Blades of Glory.
How the hell did Wild Hogs make that much money?
Well,
Super
fantastic.
God, I love Superbad, dude. I freaking love Superbad.
Yeah, with McLovin.
Yes.
If you want to hear me complaining for 2
you
hours,
hate Superbad?
I've seen Superbad twice. Once I walked out of the theater, but I will
Really?
admit I fucking hated Superbad. It read like it was written by a 14-year-old, which it
was.
literally was. Literally, it
Yeah.
was.
It was.
You know, speaking of Nicolas Cage, you got Ghost Rider right there.
Yeah, we've actually done that as well.
Okay.
A guest on Terrible Terror.
I forgot about that.
Evan Almighty.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
We should forget
Blades of
about
Glory. I don't think have we done a Will Ferrell movie?
Oh, if you're gonna do Will Ferrell, you have to do the racing
You're
movie.
my boy, Blue.
Talladega
Yeah,
Nights.
but see, yeah, Talladega Nights. Yeah, see, the only problem with old school, he's not a main. He's a side character. That's the only problem with doing old school. Yeah.
Okay.
Was that Rob Zombie's Halloween?
Got a
Can
little
we just
Rob
kick
Zombie
it up?
Halloween in here.
Yeah.
Dan in real life.
I did love Dan in real life, but I'm pretentious.
You
so.
would. It's a nice story.
I'm not feeling any of 2007.
I know there's not. So it's a week here.
Let's go back up to the
Yeah.
top. Oh, Balls of Fury. That was a good straight to DVD movie.
Which I have on DVD.
Okay. You got Night at the Museum. You've got.
Which is you know what?
I think we could force JD through Superbad.
That one, or I mean, the original Transformers. I mean, you know, it wasn't terrible.
I don't hate
Never
the
seen
Transformers. A little Shia LaBeouf.
Megan Fox.
You got Knocked Up if we want a little different take on Seth Rogen, but I think Superbad.
Seth Rogen. I'm sorry. I'm being a stick in the mud, guys. I'm sorry. Just maybe if I have two choices, either you two pick the 2007 movie or we go back 5 years prior to 1992 and see what we got there.
Okay. Well, we got to have 4 choices anyway. There's 4 on the poll topic. So how about let's go. I'm gonna fight for Superbad, but I can be convinced for Transformers. There's a lot of pushback.
If I had to, you know,
all
right, fine. Throw Superbad on there instead of Transformers.
Okay. Well, we already have. Yeah, we already have Spider-Man, so
Yeah.
we've got a big,
Blockbuster action. Yeah.
super bad action. We get a comedy. All right, so JD, I'm worried to give you this, but I'm gonna let you take the reins on 92, since we kind of booted you out of 07. What are you liking? And I swear to God, if you say Sister Act, I'm gonna come over there and Will Smith slap the shit out you.
Please, I'll block that and kick you in the nards.
Oh, it's got
I
nards.
just right off the top of the head, A League of Their Own. Yes.
Yeah.
White Man Can't Jump.
There's
Yes.
Baseball.
Father of the
Almost
Bride.
Water?
Yes, those are my, and that's just what I'm seeing on the screen right now. I'd say
Okay.
any of those three.
Okay, you got to pick one though.
So it's all on me. White Man Can't Jump.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yep, that's what I was leaning toward anyway. Although, I mean, A League of Their Own, pretty cool. It is baseball season, but
And there,
Yeah.
oh no, that's a good point, because that show is either out or coming out soon.
yeah, you get
It is. Yes. Yeah. I remember seeing a trailer for it.
All right, Joe, pivot. There's
Pivot.
no crying in
Pivot.
podcasting. League of Their
All right.
Own.
Yeah. And I have been to.
Oh, come on! All right.
Now give us your best solve from that thing you do, eating some deli.
Well, if you're gonna come over and disturb me when I'm eating my goddamn sandwich, just get out of here.
I love
I
it.
get
I
him
love
every
it.
time.
Look at that lump. That head. That's that lump. That 3 foot above your ass.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna X out. We're going back full screen here. JD can't handle it when I hit him with the
deli.
with the line. Oh, that's such a great one. Okay, so I think we've got our poll topic. So what we will do, if you're listening to this episode and you go over right now on our Twitter account @BackInTimePod, or go over into our Instagram stories. You're going to see it in there as well. I'll post the poll topic. You guys can vote. Let us know. A League of Their Own, Face Off, Spider-Man, or Superbad. Now, before we decide, I'm going to give each of us a chance to try to convince the audience which one they should pick. Since you're new to this, Jeff, I'm going to have you go last so you can hear...
So you can hear the choices again, because I already forgot the choices.
Yeah. So JD, what might we cover if our audience selects A League of Their Own, Face Off, Spider-Man, or Superbad?
So you want what I'm swaying the audience?
You pick the one. Your pick. What might we cover if we go with your choice out of those four?
We are going to pick a very action-packed, gold-gunned, a little awkward around children of a movie, and we're gonna just lift Kyle's face off, and we're gonna lift Jeff's face off, and we're just gonna swap it all up, and we're gonna get some Nicholas Volta action in there. That's what happens when you swap Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. You get Nicholas Volta. I don't know what it means. Deal with it.
Nick Volta.
Okay, that's interesting. Why do you want that one picked though? What's your reasoning behind it here?
Just in all honesty, I think it's a very cool concept. We were talking about earlier in the episode movies that can be remade, shouldn't be remade, and if you can just imagine a world where they would try to reproduce this movie, I think I would be extraordinarily upset about it. But I remember very vividly the first time I saw this the first time I saw this movie, it was in theaters with my brother, whom we do not speak about, and then my grandmother, and it was just, I loved it, and just the creepiness of just the hand across the face will just never die.
Okay.
So I actually have an interesting theory about that, and I think it was a big tale of the face-off where Travolta, and I think probably Nick Cage came up with this. He's like, what if you went like this to your family and then gave him a clue like this is your face coming off?
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I will say this. I will not be upset at all if our audience picks Face Off. But my pick would be the 2007 comedy Superbad, only for the reason that I know JD's going to hate it. And we're going to have a million just amazing one-liners. Stuff like, you scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours. And I'm like, well, the funny thing about my back is it's actually located on my cock. And
is that supposed to elicit laughter?
Crickets.
Or you have McLovin, he's like, how's it going with the ladies? He's like, it's not the going, I'm worried about it's the coming. There's maybe it hasn't aged well. Now that I'm doing the quotes, maybe this hasn't aged all that well.
But you picked it.
Clever, why are you dressed like Aladdin? There are some funny parts here. So that would be my pick. I think it's a hilarious movie, and I gotta go with that one. What do you got, Jeff?
So our two choices left are Spider-Man and the League of Their Own.
You can pick whatever one you want. This is your pick. Your chance to persuade your pick out of the four.
Wow. You know what? Because I just love the concept of the futuristic and love Travolta and love Nick Cage, I got to go with Face Off.
Okay.
We've got a good ally. Kyle,
okay.
I've got bad news for you. This is actually your last episode. You're fired.
Well, I'll have you, if you want to rewind for a second, I fought for Face Off in 97 as a choice. I'm not going to be mad if this is picked here. I wanted that movie on the list.
No, you had an opportunity. You spoke your piece. There's no crying in podcasting. You dumb son of a bitch.
In podcasting?
That's actually so good.
We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I'm interested.
It is always October.
I'll see how our audience reacts. October. I
know you got to go with Halloween. It was some kind of horror movie. Yeah,
Jeff, but the whole month, it's all horror. That's all we do is horror movies.
Fair enough. I'm a big horror fan.
We're gonna horror it up. Oops.
Canceled.
Horror movie it up, and we actually have a couple ideas brewing about that, but we'll save that for the October preview show because they're not fleshed out. And but yeah, one of them does revolve around a little Jeepers Creepers action because there is a new one coming out, and we may or may not be excited about that. So we'll save that for the episode. So with that being said, how are we feeling now about the top 5 episode that I proposed? Do we want to now pivot that, or we want to keep that in? So again, that would be top 5 80s movies that would deserve a remake.
Let me rephrase it this way. Are we talking about deserve a remake or deserve a satirical remake? Because do we get to talk about something like Heathers to Jawbreakers?
No, I mean like a real remake, like a Cobra Kai, let's
keep
Roadhouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to do some chewing the fat on that one and do some research on ones that probably would deserve a quality remake from them.
Here's another idea. We save that for the Chris Clues episode. We save that for next month. Save that as a topic for him. We pivot to top 5 Nicolas Cage movies.
Inspired.
Whether we win the top, whether we do Face Off or not, we get a little Nicolas Cage this month. Either way,
all right.
Okay.
Could be a fun one.
Bring on the bees.
Bring on. I'm going with National Treasure. Super predictable. Got to have a blockbuster in there.
Yeah, well, blockbuster somewhere else. I'm fine with it. No. In all seriousness, I'm fine with the top 5 Nicolas Cage episode. Jeff, what do you think?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There are plenty of movies to choose from him.
I mean, if we want to really get wild with it, we could. I mean, we'd have to speed it up, but we could do top 5 Nicolas Cage / John Travolta episode where we got to pick one for each.
Oh.
We've never done that before.
Well,
But if Face Off wins, maybe we pivot. Let's just do Nicolas Cage.
Stick with the Cage.
I think one.
Stick with
Because
the
I
Cage.
mean, hands down, in my opinion, it's just Pulp Fiction. Have a good night.
Yeah, we'll do Travolta when we do like Wild Hogs. We'll save it.
Wild Wild West, Jim West, Desperado. That's the next movie for the next month. Nada.
I don't think so. All right. Well, let's wrap this one up. We try and keep these episodes a little shorter. We went a little long in the tooth on this one. That's all right. That's what these preview shows are about, is having some fun, talking about whatever comes to mind. And we had a good episode with this one. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure, if you have not already, to subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. So if it's traditional podcast, hit that subscribe button. If it's on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're not following us on social media, it's at Back in Time Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and then you can find us on YouTube at Back in Time Podcast, all the full episodes and any clippets and shorts that we come up with will go right on there as well. But for myself, for JD, for Jeff, we are the Back in Time Podcast, episode 259, and episode 1 for Jeff, officially.
Oh, thanks. It felt great. I hope to do it again sometime.
There we go. Thanks for listening, guys. See ya.